fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream. If they post a pic of me deeply, but it's pizza and burgers for dinner, you know what I mean. A snapshot of vacations that I got no money to take. Send you one of my sports cars, you know that it's a fake. Got my walls loaded up with things that aren't even true. Pretending on Facebook is my thing to do. Yeah, 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 yeah.
2,000 friends, which I've never done met. A pic of my lunch is what you're gonna get. I had a post of your baby, say it's one darn cute kid. But I lied cause it's ugly, that's called an online fib. I talk about success in my job and the pending promotion, but in reality it's a psych, cause I got a demotion.
Only the fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream.
You block me on Facebook without a judge, jury, or trial. I'll be creeping you the next day with a shiny new profile. See a pic of my family? Yeah, we're having a good time. Well, the joke's on you. We have not talked in 8 months or 9. I'll tell you about the weather and the stuff you don't need to know. I'll fake a good illness so the sympathy will grow. I'll ask you to donate to my made-up cause and post selfies on the daily. That ain't breaking no laws. So don't judge the life of the fake Facebook man, pretending to be happy like no one else can. There we are, Kinsman. A beautiful, sunny Sunday. What do you think about that?
Wasn't it a great day? The sun was shining, warm enough where you didn't have to worry about which coat to wear in the morning. It was a nice day right around. Are we done with the 4 seasons? Last week, from snow, we went through all the seasons in about a couple of days there.
I have a question for you. Since you don't like wearing hats to mess up that pretty hair, you must have to put on a lot of sunscreen, right?
I put a lot of sunscreen on, especially my boys. I'm a little bit more into the sunscreen. I'm going to say that you should always be into the sunscreen, but with 2 toddlers, 5 and a 3-year-old, it's always in the bag. It's always with us. And today
you should get some.
We were lathered. Took the boys to their park tour. They like to go to see a lot of the parks here, and a good day for it. So why not?
Maybe you'll get some like bleached blonde tips on that hair.
One year I do believe, I think it was first year college. I think I had frosted tips. the Guy Fieri look.
Yeah, I think you would look good with like a blonde mustache, and the rest dark.
No, I don't
hair.
look good with a mustache. No. 5 o'clock shadow, stubble, maybe, but I try the goatee thing, and then you nick too far on the one side, it doesn't match on the other. And then after a while, it gets all scratchy and itchy, and then weird suntans and burns with when you've got something there, you shave it away, and you can see where it was.
I don't see you bragging about the Leafs tonight. How come?
No, not bragging about the Leafs, but I said this. It's the hardest game to win is the elimination game, and Toronto is now battling not just Montreal, but they're battling the demons. I think all the players they need to stay away from live social media feeds. I don't know if any of the players follow any of the their own team sites.
Right.
But, they got to go back to the old school. It's coming down to a game 7 tomorrow night. And it's winner take all. Of course, the first, I like this stat, the first Canadian game 7 since 1994, which was between your Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it was a terrible result, but unterrible result. And speaking of, live audience, we were at Pick of the Crop today, and they are officially open, right?
Yes, they are reopened, and of course, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why they were closed. They had to close down due to, their COVID, COVID cases, and their 14-day hiatus was over, and they were back at it, ready to go, and of course, all the food that they had to restock. If you didn't know, they had to get rid of all their food, which they got rid of to the local food bank here in the city. So they had to restock everything. So hopefully you go and give them some love. It's been 14 days without making anything. And of course, buying all those extra, the produce and all the product. It's nice to see that, everybody was flooding in there when we were there, at least today.
Yeah, the best place for fresh food in town, and I'll be there tomorrow to get I always get my Monday morning apples, oranges, and bananas from Pick of the Crop. So I'll be walking down there tomorrow to get that collection. Looking forward to it.
Yes, so a thumbs up to good old Rob and Jerry.
Yeah, that's great. And to our good friend Martin Peel at PADS Canine Protection and Detection Services. Tough weekend for us both because we're Manchester City fans, and we lost in the Champions League to Chelsea. But nonetheless, work must go on. And Mr. Martin Peel, I was talking to him on Friday, and they are still looking to hire security guards. So if you go to the PADS Canine website, the PADS Canine Facebook page, there'll be links to that information if you're interested in the world of security guards. I thought you would be a good security guard, Kinsman, if you weren't doing this. And you can go work for Peel, Moonlight.
That's right. Work for Martin Peel and, PADS Canine. Again, to inquire, Martin's phone number on their Facebook page, 705-288-7435. And they are hiring for all shifts.
Yeah, and don't forget, Martin Peel was the one who covered all the advertising for small businesses in our community for the last 2 months. So he's a man with a heart of gold.
He certainly is. And again, we can't thank Martin enough for providing the opportunity for all our guests in the past 2 months to come on board, which, simply amazing. Just as amazing as Timmins RV are. They've been strong supporters of our show. And again, Timmins RV back at it for your virtual 360-degree tour. If you want to get the RV of your choice, make sure you visit them online, timminsrv.com. They've got a few of them on there, a 2021 Sprinter trailer, also a 2021 Sprinter fifth wheel, and two 2020 Springdale fifth wheels. And again, a 360-degree tour, and also some campfire tips, a sage branch in the fire will keep the bugs at bay, and how to make the best campfire mac and cheese. Some great tutorials online at timminsrv.com.
You said it all, Kinsman. You took the words out of my mouth, but I'd like to speak to our good friends at The Surge. Kim, we love Kim. We love Luke and the whole team there. And once again, we've said it plenty of times on the show. Once the doors open, I'm not going to say tiptoe into the surge like you say. That's kind of reminds me.
We're going to be barreling through. Let's forget the tiptoe. When we get the green light to go back into the surge, you and I were in the VIP. We're going to be in the corner of the VIP. We'll probably set up our camping, our lodging. We'll be staying at the surge for 12 months.
That's right. So we love him at The Surge. And another guy, Eric with the C. This guy, and I've said it before again, he comes out of engineering school. He does a little bit of work and decides to just open up his own business. I love it. He says, I'm going to go for it. Right now, he's like a one-man show over there, Kinsman. Remember when we had him on? He's doing it all.
Yeah, and he's looking for a potential partner to help with the load of engineering. So if you are looking to maybe, get yourself into that field, Eric Villeneuve would be the gentleman to chat to.
That's right. He's an amazing guy, and he still owes me some Minecraft updates on how to beat these kids and build better, because I think he's holding out Eric with a C, but we love him. And what about these folks? Like, I love them. When we went in there and we did Defeat the Morning Grind, the coffee and the donuts. Remember what we did at we sang The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. Remember? It was a fun moment, right?
That was a fun moment. And again, Lucian Transportation, probably hoping that we don't go back there and sing again. But that was a fun day. And of course, yeah, they were recipients of our Defeat the Morning Grind. And when we were in there, we were talking to Pat and the other bus drivers for Lucian. They are doing a bus driver recruitment right now. So if you're looking for a part-time job, why not join Lucian Transportation? They're looking for you. 705-360-4090. You can check them out on McChesney Road in Timmins, on their Facebook page. And anybody looking for a part-time job, if you don't know how to drive bus, they will train you. And they'll do all the training right there. And they also offer a $500 sign-on bonus. And they say training starts the minute you bring your resume in, because that's how crucial they are looking for bus drivers right now. If you're looking for 4 hours a day, $18-19 per hour. And again, if you're a single parent, you can bring your little ones on board the bus with you during your shift.
Were you one of the cool kids in the back of the bus, or you're more front of the bus, like the teacher's pet?
No, it was the back of the bus, because usually the bumps, that was the fun place to sit. But I'm thinking in Timmins, your butt would be mighty sore driving through Timmins with all the potholes.
Oh, don't get going on these potholes
in this city.
Okay. All right. So we have like amazing guests tonight. Juno award winners. Like, they have a Juno award.
I know, right? We're going to be talking to them about that tonight. We've got the Cheechoo Martin Band on the show tonight. Lawrence Martin and Vern Cheechoo. And again, they picked up a Juno for Indigenous Recording of Canada back in 1994. That was the year that Rock Voisine won Male Artist of the Year. And there's Lawrence Martin picking up the Indigenous Canadian recording at that Juno.
Just
Celine Dion picked up Female Artist, and good old Lawrence Martin. I'm going to say this is the first. We haven't had a Juno Award winner on our show yet until tonight.
So I am going to bring them on, and let's see.
And they're from the busting metropolis of Cochrane tonight.
How are you doing, Lawrence and Vern?
Good, great. We just had supper and we're nice and full and ready to take our nap. But we'll sing a few songs first.
Sing a few songs first tonight, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Once again, the Cheechoo Martin Band. A pleasure to have you on KINZ and KLOMP Live here tonight.
Yes, but I know before we begin, there's something very special that we wanted to do, and I'll leave it for Vern and to Lawrence to introduce it.
All right, thank you. We want to say hello to everybody, Waje, Boju, everybody that's coming in through the online, the link, and great to have you here. Great to be part of this show with these gentlemen and my good friend Lawrence here. What we'd like to do is, in light of the sad story that came out of the Kamloops, BC region of the 215 children that were buried there at the residential school site there. In light of that, and in honor of their spirits, in honor of all the people that have lost their children, and it's touched everybody, I think, across the country. And so at this time, in their honor, we'd like to entertain a moment of silence. All right. Thank you.
Yes, a very nice
Every child that talks about children. So many children got taken away from their homes and families. So many died in a cultural genocide, and yet today we struggle to be free. Many generations have carried the shame in their hearts and in their souls. But there comes a time when we must leave it behind, by stepping out and speaking from your heart. A missionary child, you are God's creation. You need to be strong. You didn't do anything wrong. You must say how you feel. That's how you're going to heal in a little while. Like an eagle, you can fly. The journey home is a long, winding road. Every single step along the way. So many tears for every ounce of fear. Believe in yourself and you can go all the way. Unless you're not a child, you are God's creation. You need to be strong. You didn't do anything wrong. You must say how you feel. That's how you're going to heal in a little while. Like an eagle, you can fly. A missionary child, you are God's creation. You need to be strong. You didn't do anything wrong. You must say how you feel. That's how you're gonna heal in a little while. Like an eagle, you can fly. In a little while. Like an eagle, you can fly. Yeah, yeah. Unless you're not a big child. Yeah, yeah. Unless you're not a big child.
That's just tremendous.
Song, man.
Yeah, I have. So how does it's just tremendous, you know, we just heard about the news not too long ago, and it's a very passionate, emotional song. Did you both decide immediately that you would sit down and write this song together almost immediately?
Actually, this is an older song. The song has been around with us for some time, probably last 10 years at least, because the residential school stories goes way back. You know, this is not just this one time that 215 bodies were found. We know for a fact there are thousands and thousands of children who died in the residential school. Mm-hmm. So we were honoring them and trying to help people as they heal to be able to talk about those experiences that they had, and that's where the song came from.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, eh, Mark?
very heart touching. And again, you can't put, words to paper, as good as you guys just did for, such a horrific moment in, over the past couple of days there. Again.
But like they were mentioning, it's just not the past couple of days. People have lived with this for generations,
generations and generations. I know.
And to me, it hasn't got the enough attention. I think by releasing music and sending that message, it is really going to help deliver the message how it should have been since the beginning. And I think it's just wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an honor to be able to be storytellers, through music and talk about what's going on with our people and what's happening. And we also have other songs that we sing other people's music. Like Vern's got this beautiful song he's been singing for a long time. It just suits him, right?
Yeah. So, it's amazing. So we do have a message. We understand. So beautiful intro and song, but the sound comes in and out. Can't hear guitars too well. Please fix sound. So we are working on that. It's not at the artist end. Sometimes with these streams, the guitar sometimes overpowers the vocals, but we're making the best adjustments. But I thought it sounded beautiful. So tell us a little bit about how you two came together. Have you been playing music together for many years?
Yeah, actually, we met and we went to high school.
Okay.
We were like 13, 14, 15 years old back then. We again, back in those days, we had to leave our homes to go to the city to go to high school. So we all went to North Bay from Moose Factory area. Mm-hmm. And so that's where we met, on the train and on the bus to North Bay. We started playing music together, and next thing you know, we have a little band going in high school. And that music was actually what kept us out of trouble, because all we did was, play music and pick up girls.
Hey, Mark and I could have done the girls thing.
Trying to pick up the ladies, right?
Yeah. So when you both get together to write music, does one write the music and the other one writes the lyrics, or is it like a collaboration all along?
Well, we collaborated on different songs,
mm-hmm.
But a lot of our songs are also written individually. Like Lawrence had wrote a number of songs that he's recorded, and I've wrote a lot of songs myself and recorded. And but together as a duo, we put those songs together, and then we have lots of songs to play. So, but we started when we were very young. I know I started around 6-7 years old, playing guitar, and I think when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and my dad started to use me to back him up on his fiddle playing. So I did a lot of that growing up as a kid, and I learned the rhythms, from the fiddle, and so I thank my dad for that, teaching me the rhythm of the music. But my mom also was a singer. They played instruments, and so my whole family basically played music instruments, and so it was good, and I honor them, for what we're able to do today. And then meeting Lawrence, in North Bay, and and the rhythm he had was basically the same kind of rhythm that I was playing as well. So we gelled together, when we play. And we played many dances, many stages all across the country, and even outside the country. But we both had solo careers as well. So,
absolutely tremendous. Maybe one day we'll have a partnership like this, Kinsman. These guys have been together forever.
Yeah, forever. We've been together almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Almost 6 months. So again, you got to start somewhere, right?
Right.
It's we're not carrying the guitar cases and going picking up the ladies, are we? There, Jake.
We're not that cool.
No, not as cool as Lawrence and Vern there. Bebby says, what was Bebby's comment there?
Oh, it's a greeting. Hello.
Oh, hello, Vern and Lawrence.
Oh.
And how do you pronounce that? Wachachier?
That means hello.
Yeah.
Wachier means hello.
Wachier.
Yeah.
Mark's really bad at French too, so he never gets any of the languages from.
No. No. Getting better though.
Yeah, if you are.
Getting
So
better.
what-
Yes.
So what song have you decided to play next?
I'm going to do a song that I recorded. One of the first songs that I recorded back in the day. It's a cover song. A song that was written by one of my favorite songwriters. His name was Billy Joe Shaver. A song called "Little Chunk of Coal," and I think it was recorded by John Anderson. It was a big hit for John Anderson back in the day. And unfortunately, I didn't get that hit. So,
I love the song.
but I love the song. Yeah. We'll go. "Old Chunk of Coal." I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna go and glow. I'm so blue, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna put a smile on everybody's face. I'm gonna live crazy every day. Lest I should become vain along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal now. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Take one more. Yeah, I'm gonna learn the best way to walk. Gonna search and find a better way to talk. I'm gonna spit on my own affairs till I get rid of every single flaw. Yeah, I'm gonna be the world's best friend. Gonna go around shaking everybody's hand. I'm just a old chunk of coal now. I want to be a diamond someday. One more time. Yeah, I'm just an old chunk of coal. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna go and go. I'm so blue, you're perfect. I'm gonna put a smile on everybody's face. I'm gonna live pray every day. Lest I should become a long way. I'm just a old chunk of coal now. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Yeah, I'm just a old chunk of coal now. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Yeah.
All right, there it is. So as you've had solo careers and obviously as a duo, so do you have a competition between each other? You know, who can play the guitar the best? Who can write the best song? Do you compete against each other at times, or is it a total harmonious partnership?
A good partnership, because when I come up with an idea, a lot of times it's just very raw, and I'll take it to Vern. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll help me refocus. Sometimes I really get down and out, and a really sad song comes to my head, and I go to him, and he fixes it up, and I come out happy. No, I don't think there's any sense of competition. It's more like helping each other.
Yeah.
If there was any competition, it came back when we were teenagers, aiming for those girls. That's the only time we ever had any competition going. After that, after we got married and stuff like that, we were okay.
Yeah, that's right. So we have to ask Mark about the Juno Award. Like, and I know you've been nominated. You've won a Juno. Could you speak to that a bit? Because that to me is completely astonishing.
Yeah, well, it's hard to imagine how it all. Where did it start? Like it's a good question. For me, where it kind of started, I remember a friend in Sioux Lookout, Ontario, when I was living there, said, I was just telling him I want to go to Nashville to start recording my music, and he says, "Well, I have a friend in Nashville. If you go down, I have a gift for him. You can take down to him." So one day came where I had enough money to go down and do that. So I went to see this guy in Sioux Lookout. I said, "I'm going to Nashville," and he gives me the sweetgrass. He says, "Give the sweetgrass to this guy named John Stewart. He's a producer, songwriter. He writes books, and this is the guy you need to meet." So I get to Nashville. I drove down there. It took so many days to drive down. And I look for John, and I meet him, and we have a chat, and I gave him the sweetgrass, and he says, "What can I do for you for an exchange?" I said, "Well, I have this music, I've been writing, and it'd be nice if somebody professional were to listen to it and comment on it. What should I do?" So he says, "Okay, well, start singing. I'll listen to it. I'll tell you." So I started singing away, and I was just kind of writing this real old country stuff. And before I could even finish 2 lines, he says, "Stop, stop, stop." He says, "Your songs are pretty shitty. You should go back to Canada." Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he said, "But do you have any other songs?"
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, well, actually, I do have Cree songs, my songs in my language that are, not country." He said, "Well, let's just hear those." So I started singing. Way, way, ho, way, 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 ho, way, way, ho, way, 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 ho, way, 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 way. That's great. That's great. Nobody in Nashville, Shania Twain's not even here yet to do that. And you don't have Garth Brooks or anybody doing that. Let's work on that. Do you have any other songs? So I pulled out a whole bunch of these Cree songs. And then he says, "Okay, I'll work with you." And that's where it started. So we started going back down there to Nashville 6 months later. I recorded the songs. Vern came down and worked with me on them. And it was interesting because we were putting our native language and chants, to that country rock kind of feel in Nashville. And we had people from the Grand Ole Opry playing our fiddles and mandolins and guitars and all kinds of stuff. They were saying, "Oh my, this is really cool music. Where are you guys from?" And all that kind of stuff. And so we had really fun just playing and melding the, country, country rock with the native stuff. And then once we finished recording, I came back to Canada, and John had a friend in Toronto, Vic Wilson. Vic Wilson used to manage Rush, and by that time he had retired from managing Rush. And he says, "A friend of mine, Vic, is available. Let's go see him, see if he wants to help you." And so we go see Vic, and we listen to the music. He says, "Yeah, that definitely is different. Just like when heavy metal was just starting out in the 70s. That's how I got interested in Rush." He says, "I'll see if I can help you out." So from there, he went and met with EMI Records, his friend Dean Cameron, the president, and they worked out a deal. And so I said, "Okay, let's pick your album up, and we'll give you a distribution deal, and we'll put the nomination in for the Junos." So like things just went bang, 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 bang. Next thing you know, the album is nominated for the Junos, and then we get the invitation to go down to Toronto and be part of the show. And I got to play on the main stage. And then when they were calling out the names of the winner, like I had sang that Elder song, the one I was just chanting. So I went backstage. They said, "Just stand backstage, and we're going to call out the names." So I'm back there, and then I hear my name. The winner is, Wapistan Lawrence Martin. Holy shit, So, so I go out there to the main stage, and all I could see is this huge, crowd of people, and I recognize some people in the front row. Holy shit, there's Tom Cochran. Oh, there's Buffy St. Marie. Just kept on doing that, and I got really nervous, and I realized I'm supposed to say something. So I didn't know what to say, and I could hear my kids. My kids were up in the balcony yelling away, and that kind of, helped me calm down a bit. So I started speaking in Cree, talking about being thankful, but I wanted some time to to think about what to say. I couldn't even remember my manager's name.
No kidding, yeah.
I want to thank him, And then from there, it just went crazy. This was the first time that Juno Award was available to First Nations in Canada.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of attention. We got a lot of bookings for, I think, the next 2 years. We were playing solid everywhere across the country, the US. We went to Australia, Europe a couple times. So it's just that, few minutes of fame on the main stage on a national TV show. Like, whoa. So after this show, I'm sure we're going to be even more famous.
Oh, yeah. The paparazzi will be knocking on your door in Cochrane at 5 tonight.
So we better pack our bags. We're getting ready.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what a tremendous story.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to borrow the Juno for one day just to say I won it. And
do you have it on a shelf somewhere?
Actually, I loaned it to my daughter, Jasmine. She started singing, and she has a really good voice. She's a bit shy. And I said, I'll lend you this Juno when you win yours. You give it back to me. But she still has it at her home right now. Every once in a while.
Fair trade-off. Amazing. Barbara saying, good evening from Westchester.
Oh, Barb Jeffers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, we know
That's
her.
the Cochrane connection tuned in tonight.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
that's right. Oh, good. So I think we should get into some more music.
All right.
I think we shall. Let's hear some more tunes.
Okay. We'll play this one called Mushkego. Mushkego was the Cree name of the Cree people that live in this area. Mushkego Council.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what the song is about.
Yeah.
Where the cold north wind blows, where the northern lights shine bright, where the raging rivers flow, that's where I want to be tonight. Train rolls every second day to find the railroad end, where Mushkego lands begin. Take this heart home again. Mushkego Cree from around James Bay, home of the language that will stay. Home of the hunters of the Canada goose, home for this boy with some travel shoes. Mushkego, hallelujah. Mushkego, hallelujah. Yeah. Take me back to the Mushkego. Take me back to be with them. Here in the city, I reminisce about the land I love and the people I miss. Mushkego Cree from around James Bay, home of the language that will stay. Home of the hunters of the Canada goose, home for this boy with the traveling shoes. Mushkego Cree from around James Bay, home of the language that will stay. Home of the hunters of the Canada goose, home for this boy with the traveling shoes. Mushkego, hallelujah. Mushkego, hallelujah. Mushkego, hallelujah.
Oh, just tremendous. I have a question. So when I've been to Cree traditional dances or celebrations, two things that amaze me is one, the tremendous use of colors. It's just awesome, the traditional wear. And number two, how powerful the voices are. So has that helped with your musical career when you sang in traditional music? The range of the vocals is just, I can never reach that range. So has that helped develop your musical career?
Vern sings in a powwow drum now.
Yeah,
Otterhead.
Sang for years since the 70s, early 70s on a drum group. And I don't equate it as, that helped me with my musical career. But I think I've been singing music longer on the guitar than I have on the drum.
Mm-hmm.
But both do complement each other, I guess, and but the same thing, you're singing with 10 other guys, and so you have to sync together when you're singing a song, right?
Yeah.
You have to know when they come in and when everybody comes in. So
it's tremendous. They make it look like it's so, like it's just natural. And once again, Mark and I, with zero musical abilities to our resume, we're always amazed when people can get together, perform, and make it sound awesome, especially award winners. So, right, KINZ?
Yes. We were just going through our, we've only been at this 6 months. You're the first tonight for a Juno Award winner to be on KINZ and KLOMP Live. Like we're talking to Juno Award winners. You were hobnobbing with Celine Dion, Rock Voisine, and all the folks in TO, and here you are, winning the award in '94. You've been nominated for 2 other multiple Junos after '94. Did you have any other opportunities come about from the big win? When when you were the Junos, I was reading in an article stating that you turned down multiple opportunities because you guys wanted to stay close to home. What did you turn down? And what could have happened?
Well, we wanted to go goose hunting. We didn't want to give that up.
Well, that's right.
Go on tour with Celine Dion or go goose hunting. We went goose hunting instead. The life on the road it's quite different. It's very difficult for you to be in a family because of all the other activities that happen. You're always away from the family anyways,
Yeah.
So it takes some time, to go back and raise the kids,
Yeah.
Priorities number one, at the home front. So you had your successes, but you didn't leave too far from the nest, and you guys are still creating great music as of and continuing on with your craft. You guys have been around for decades, which is great to see. Five albums. Is it 5 CDs you guys have out there for people to buy?
More than that, actually. There's a second one that I had done.
Oh, look at that.
After winning the Juno, we put this one out from EMI Records. And then we had some other compilation stuff that we did together with other people. And then I just had to do the best of, right? So
you have to do it eventually.
Then I did all kinds of different things, just because we're in the music. So, but the funny thing is, I'll show you this one. This is a picture of me thinking, okay, this is how we're going to call my first album, playing Indians and Cowboys. Not cowboys and Indians, but, Indians and Cowboys. So EMI Records didn't like it. So they took it apart and they used this as the front cover instead. It's an eagle feather. That's the one that won the Juno in 1994.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, so they changed the cover on you.
They changed it out. They changed the whole thing. Like they took over, and they wanted me to change some of the words of the songs too. But no, they were going too far.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all about it, I guess.
Yeah,
at that level.
So tell us a little bit. So when you get an idea for a new song, do these ideas come from things you like, inspirations in real life that you write down and it becomes a song, or sometimes do you just create a story that becomes a song?
For me, it comes in different ways. Like Next song I'm going to sing is a song that came out of from Falling in Love, you know, and just that feeling and that whole feeling about falling in love, and you know, I started to hear this melody, and you know, and I got the melody first, and then I started writing the words to that melody, and it didn't take me long to write it. And then I eventually had the opportunity to record it. But songs, you know, sometimes you're driving down the road and all of a sudden this melody will pop into your head, you know, and you start. So what I usually do is I'll pick up my phone and I'll sing the melody into the phone so that I don't forget it. When I get home, I you know, turn on and I try it on the guitar and stuff like that, and then next thing you know, you have a song, you know.
That's a good idea, not to forget. Because
and even songs come from dreams, you know. Like I've woken up in the middle of the night from a dream and inspired me to write a song, and I got up and you know, wrote the song.
get up, grab a cup of coffee, and start recording.
Start recording.
Great
Right?
idea. Yeah. Usually I go right back to bed. That's maybe why I'm not getting good ideas.
Well, you hear that with other musicians, you know. I know Freddie Mercury and Queen. He wrote one song, you know, from a bath, right? You
Right.
get the lyrics in the weirdest spots. You know, he pops on the robe and off he goes and creates a little thing called love. You know, that's it's amazing where inspiration will strike, and that or the creativity will strike, right?
But the best place for inspiration is when somebody leaves you, when your girlfriend leaves you. Oh, that's, you know, that's a good inspiration. That counts. There's, you know, somebody leaving you, you get a whole bunch of songs.
Yeah, that's when you start writing really hard. Get that. Okay, good. So that's the next song we're gonna hear.
All right, this is a song I wrote back in I think it was 1977, and recorded it, put it out, and it's a real big hit up in northern Ontario and northern Quebec as well. And I got a request to play it all the time, so it's a song about my late wife. When I first met her, you know, fell in love, and we were together for almost 44 years when she passed away 2 years ago. So, but I'll sing the song for her. It's a song called "You're My Woman." It goes like this. Every time I look to your eyes, you love me. I know it's hard for you, carrying on down the road like my baby that we share. It's a long and winding road. Please hang on. And you're my everything I need in love. You're the one I dream about each night. You're my woman. You're my woman. Yeah, my woman all the time. From time to time, our love feel like that. But I know down deep inside, always mine. And for sure, my love, I'll never let it go. That love you have for me, 'cause I'm your man. And you're my everything I need in life. You're the one I dream of each time. You're my woman. You're my You're my everything else, need and more. You're the one I dream about each time. You're my one. You're my one. Yeah, you're my one. Yeah, you're my one.
Yes, that's absolutely tremendous. How much how important is music when it comes to the healing process? Do you believe it is?
Well, it definitely is a big part of it. And for us, I guess a lot of times we don't have other means to express how we feel. So music is a way, it's our outlet to talk about healing of ourselves. And then when we share stories through music to people that are going through a healing process, it really helps them as well. And then when we do ceremonies in the sweat lodge and other ceremonies, it's music that's always a part of that healing. So music, it definitely touches the soul and the spirit, and a lot of my songs I write about the ceremonies themselves and some of the things that we go through. Like if I get a chance tonight on your show right here tonight, I'll do a song called Dancing for Life. And it's a song about the sun dances. I don't know if you've heard of sun dances where people fast for 4 days and 4 nights and no water, no food. And you're out there and outside, and during the days if the sun is shining, you're there dancing all day long, right from the time the first light shows up at 4 a.m. usually. And then you're there for 4 days doing that. So it really takes a lot out of you physically, but it puts you into a real beautiful space with your spirit. And all the issues that you have been carrying that you haven't been able to talk about, they all come out. They come out in tears, they come out in pain, they come out in everything. So after 4 days of doing that, you come out just like a new person, and you can handle anything. You can do anything you want after that because you feel so powerful, so clean, and so willing to feel that love that you get just from taking all of the issues off of your shoulders. So it's a beautiful feeling.
And do you find, when you come out of that moment, do you feel like rejuvenated, and your creativity starts flowing again?
Yeah, that definitely it does, because a lot of times issues weigh you down. So whatever's bothering you, it weighs you down. So you can't really get into a creative mood, and then your whole behavior, is just being impacted by the issues that you carry. So it's really important to talk to get rid of them, so that you walk around always rejuvenated, always happy. And that's where we try to be at all times. And music is a way out for us to be able to talk about those issues.
Yeah. Years ago, I lost a daughter. She was 5 years old, and today she would be about 39, 40 years old if she had lived. And so it took me a long time to get to a point where I could, say, that I accept, what's happened, and to honor, her and her memory, and and be able to say that, be able to do that. I tried over the years to write a song, about that and the experience, and it was tough, because every time I started writing, I end up crying, end up hurting too much. And but it wasn't until I started working on my own hurt, and healing that, I was able to write a song about it.
Do you feel, because obviously you folks have found success in the entertainment world, and naturally I'm going to assume that you're leaders in your community, just not from music but for life experiences. So is that assumption true, and how important is that to you?
I think so. It's important. The songs that we sing, and what we put out there. A lot of people told me that that they listened to the songs, and they've helped them a lot. To get through things that they So if we can do that, with our music, then that's great for us. And to be able to share that, to share the healing, and so it's really important, I think, to be able to help people that way through music.
That's very good. We have Les says James Bay Cree legends.
Les Moore.
Yeah.
Great tune from Dale Richards.
Yeah.
Mushkego Legends from Jonathan Solomon. Another question I wanted to ask you, Lawrence, was it you that you're a former mayor of Cochrane?
Yes.
You weren't busy enough being a musician. You wanted to, you wanted to join council and become the mayor. Tell us about that.
Well, let me see. I don't know how to phrase that one. Politics and music, I guess, to me, kind of, there's a close ties to it, because you're talking to people, you're expressing your ideas, and you're sharing stories, and so music, you're doing that on stage is what we're doing, talking about our music here. And in politics, it's the same thing. You're talking about the aspirations of the people, of the community, and sharing that, and then at the same time, you're trying to empower people to bring their stories out, to bring their ideas into fruition. So to me, that's what we're doing here with the music, and the politics and the jobs I've held in politics. To me, it's always been the same thing: is finding that good space, between myself and the people, and having them, have opportunities to talk and flourish. So that's wonderful in that way.
Music legends, politicians, great dressers. It sounds like they got all the girls in high school, but I mean, I don't know what these guys aren't doing here. Hey, Mark,
like to see some of the old yearbooks, and everybody used to autograph the pages. Yeah, do you still have some from yesteryear? All the ladies chasing you?
No, it's all just in our dreams and imagination.
It's all in your brains, right?
We don't even know if it's real anymore.
There are songs.
It sounds good.
Do you find yourself writing more songs about Cochrane and the community, or do you branch out, or are the community relatable songs the most important to you folks?
Well, for me, it's, I guess, touching on stuff that's been in my head for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Moose River Crossing, just up the train tracks here north of Cochrane. And for instance, I grew up without a father. I didn't know my father. And I knew who he was, but he never acknowledged me until I was older. So that really bothered me. And it bothered me even more when people would call me a bastard. So, and I wanted to write a song about that, and I finally did, so that was like, whoa, I got a song now about that. So that helped me overcome, those pains that I was experiencing back then. So yeah, I think it's taken those memories of mine and being able to put them into a song. And nowadays, we don't get a record deal. We just put them on Facebook, and we get 10 likes. We're famous.
That's our business model too.
That's it.
And now we're on KK.
And I wrote a song about traveling from into South Dakota, and it had to do with my relationship with my wife and I, and that trip to South Dakota seemed to released something in the both of us, and we decided to take a break from each other after that trip. And she went west, and I stayed up north in Moose Factory. She went west, found work out there for a bit, you know, and I wrote a song about it. It's called South Dakota. I Remember You.
All right. Are we going to hear South Dakota?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Right. Let's play it. Many miles of pure rolling country, rolling like the sea out of James Bay. Across the border around me, made South Dakota, driving like there was no tomorrow. Sagebrush paints a picture in my mind. Sweet grass fragrance, oh so fine. Well, I guess we've come to the end of the road. It's time to say goodbye, so friend. South Dakota, remember you. Driving through the Badlands, like driving in through time. South Dakota, you were home that night. I remember you and the things we did back then. Since you went away, I've been thinking of all the special time we shared. The moon shining bright by the river at night, and a smile that I ain't seen. I knew the day would come when you'd be ready to take the chance to spread your wings and fly. And I'll be right there beside you till I go on my way. Maybe we'll meet again someday. South Dakota, remember you. Driving through the Badlands like driving in through time. South Dakota, you are growing in I remember you and the things we did back then. Nightfall comes early in October, and the leaves have fallen to the ground. Soon the James Bay winter winds will come calling and lay their blanket on the ground. South Dakota, remember you. Driving through the Badlands like driving in time. South Dakota, you are home at night. I remember and the things we did back then.
Oh, just tremendous. I always wonder, in this question's for you both. You know, now that you've been playing music and you found successes for many years, if you can go back in time and give some advice to your, your younger self who's just starting off in music, what would that advice be?
Wear rubbers. No. No, I think life, remains constant.
Mhm.
Like to me, songs we've written 30, 40 years ago, those are still relevant today. So I think the advice, that we received back then from the elders is still the same today.
Mhm.
So I think it's being able to listen to that and to be able to apply that knowledge from the elders that we get advice from, and to find a way to live, accordingly. And it's, of course, it's hard because we're always curious. We want to see the world. We want to do this and that. But just to be able to hang on to that knowledge and hang on to that advice, I think that would have been my something I should have done.
But for me, my dad started recording. He's a great fiddler and was recognized, all over. And he had recorded some albums, and he was in his 50s when he started to do that. And he said that he wanted to help, myself and my younger sister Thelma, and get into the music business and that. And we actually recorded an album called the Chichi Family Album, in which my dad featured myself and my younger sister Thelma. And he said, back then, that I wish I would have started younger, doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the same time, we started when we were young. And so we were able to do that, because we played all kinds of shows, right? Playing dance halls, and talent shows. We backed up so many people, different artists and things like that. So that experience, we built on that experience, and doing shows from back home all the way to the big stages, like Massey Hall in Toronto, and opening shows, for the more known artists like Bruce Coburn, and people like that, and being able to handle that. It's scary, but being able to get out there and do that, was my dad helped us a lot in the 70s when we recorded that album to get us out there. But he was also grooming us because he's played the fiddle all these years.
Right.
This little boy, people say they have pictures of me with my feet barely touching the ground and this great big guitar, and I'm playing, for my dad in the talent shows.
Yeah. So did you find your dad really wanted you to pursue music because his passion was music, or he left that open for your own decision?
No, he knew that that's what we wanted to do, because we're always playing, and he's never said I don't play, He's never told us that, and he's always encouraged it when he was younger, and playing his fiddle, of course, many times I sat there with him 5-6 hours a night practicing, and he'd be playing his fiddle and I'd be recording along with him, each night, and so he never discouraged us to play, like he always encouraged us to do that by putting us in talent shows when we were little kids, in front of people. So, yeah. But I think he was proud of us for what we've been able to do. My sister has a couple albums under her belt now and is recording a new album. And I'm preparing for a new recording this summer as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They never stop. How much, how much, maybe people don't understand this, but like how much work do you put into your music? I assume that you're thinking about music almost every day, and it consumes a good it takes up a big part of your life, because it just doesn't come. You just don't pick up an instrument and songs automatically drop on your desk.
Right.
Must be a big commitment, I assume.
Yeah, it is. I remember in high school, I get up in the morning before school and play guitar, you know, and go and get ready, catch the bus to go to school. I'd be thinking about music all when I'm supposed to be working on school stuff. And you know, and then when I got home, as soon as I got home, I picked up the guitar and took a break when they called us for supper, and I went back right down playing guitar again. It was like that every day, you know, and I just loved doing it, right? And I think that Lawrence probably is the same, you know, commitment.
Yeah, it's a passion, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's good to find what your passion is and to honor that, because it's a gift that we have. And even now, like I play pretty much every day, pick up my guitars right beside me all the time when I'm working, and I'm taking a little break. I pick it up and play some different things and try different styles of finger picking. I also play banjo and a mandolin, so I pick those up as well. And just to keep at it, you know, and just it's just there, like you say, it's a passion. You can't just toss it aside. It's part of you.
There we go. Look at this, Kinsman. Vern was inducted to the Northern Country Music Hall of Fame.
Awesome stuff.
The list keeps getting bigger.
It does. Juno Award winners. We've got a Hall of Fame legends on tonight's show. Just amazing.
And we have the rings to prove that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Like, you know,
We also have the Aboriginal Music Awards. It's held yearly as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are big events as well in Toronto and in Winnipeg. Eh? Yeah,
and then the international ones you went to last year.
yes, yeah, and the international award shows. Been nominated a few times. Won one of the Aboriginal awards for best produced album. I forget what year it was. 2001 or something.
I assume when you're working on an album and you're looking for a producer, there is a lot of local talent. But have you found that you have to look outside of the community, whether it's in Toronto or in maybe somewhere in the States, or do you keep everything locally?
Well, for me, I like recording in Nashville because this is the mecca of musicians of all different genres. And everybody there is, you know, was struggling trying to make it, right? So they play everything you want, anything you want, they'll play it for you, really cheap and really good. So the albums that I do down there are much cheaper to produce, and the musicians are there, and that's just what they do for a living. So that makes it a lot easier. I think it's a discipline they have. I've done another album, second album in Toronto, and I found that really hard to do, because the discipline of the musicians wasn't as strong as the ones I worked with in Nashville. Like they were still talking about hockey and when the Maple Leafs are going to win again, right?
A long time.
But the Nashville guys, all they talk about is just music, and then like us, they practice all day long just to be better than where they were the day before. So that's where I like to go.
And you know, with the kind of connections that that we can get now, you know, we can expand and get musicians from different areas like Nashville, Los Angeles. You know, like my sister's last album, she has Kenny Arnold drumming, you know, in her songs, and so some of the music was recorded in Los Angeles to get those.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that kind of you know, we have access to that kind of thing, you know, so it helps.
Even also now it's the social media,
Yeah.
so all the different apps you can get, so we can jam with people from Europe, you know, Japan, and anywhere. And
Well, that last album we did, it's called The Right Combination. We recorded the music in Nashville, and it got shipped by you know, over the email, and I recorded my vocals in Saskatoon, and then Lawrence recorded in Toronto.
Yeah.
His vocals.
Jeez, that's pretty. And then it's all mixed together.
All mixed
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, and sent it back to Nashville, and Nashville put it all together, and we ended up with EMI deal, distribution deal with EMI Records. Yeah, so.
Sarah says, hello, Lawrence, watching from Toronto with my dad and grandpa Eiserhoff. Hope you can come here one day and jam. Great job, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, her grandma is my auntie, Bernice. Hi, Bernice.
There you go. Yeah, I would like them both to
great.
come over to my place too and jam, of course.
Yes. It'd be a fun night. I think it would be a fun campfire night. Have you two sitting around and people requesting songs and just sitting back and relaxing when we can actually get back to, a little bit of normalcy. It'd be a fun night, to make the trip to Cochrane or vice versa. You can come and perform in our backyard down here the next time you're in town.
Yeah. You need to invite Thelma Cheechoo on your next. So Thelma, I assume is your sister?
Yes, my younger sister. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great musician. Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to have her on.
Yeah, great songwriter. Yeah.
Of course. We'll talk to you guys after the show and how to make that connection. So I think we have time for at least another song. Are you folks willing at least do one more?
We'll do that song I started. I was talking about how we got to Nashville with the chanting in the Cree language.
Okay.
And to me, that's an important thing today. As with the technology and all of the many changes in society, hanging on to your language and culture is still a struggle. So we try to find different ways of being able to help people hang on to it. And so we sing in our language and modernize, whatever we do with the technology, with the instrumentation. So this is the song that came out of that whole session in Nashville where the people from Grand Ole Opry got all excited.
different Nashville artists coming to check us out.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty neat, yeah, because we were doing a session one evening and we had the background singers and they just came from another studio down the street with Stevie Wonder. So they were doing his sessions and then the next one was ours, so you get to play with people of that caliber.
Yeah,
so it was really cool, and it was kind of neat too because we would teach them how to sing in Cree and they picked it up really fast, just phonetically, and they would do all the background singing with us.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. The session from Stevie Wonder, these three girls came, background singers. There's two black girls and one white girl, and they were called the Oreos. That was the name of their band. And they were great. Like they're on the album, so they're on this album here. So if you ever get a chance to get that,
Excellent.
you'll hear them.
The Oreos, I like that.
Yeah. So this is the song called Elders. It goes like this. Way, way, hard, way, way. Way, way, hard, way, way, oh, way, 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 hard, way, way, way. The elders say there will come a day when the young will be strong like the eagle. The elders pray for that day when the young will be strong like the eagle. When the young will be strong like the eagle. You guys can chant with us. Way, way, oh, way, way. Way, way, oh, way, way, oh, way, 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 oh, way, way, way. In chain I would, he wept on my good and day, and then gave my good. In chain I would, he stand All right, JB and Mark, you guys come on.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right. Way, 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 just you guys now.
Way,
Way.
way.
That's pretty good, eh? You guys are good. We should get him on our show. Say, there'll come a day when the young will be strong like eagle. The elders pray for that day when the young will be strong like the eagle. When the young will be strong like the eagle. Let's take it home now.
Here we go. Oh, I think we might have heard your music.
Well, we'll keep the singing to Lawrence and Vern.
Yeah.
You guys are good. I hope you recorded the show.
Yeah, we definitely recorded it, and you're getting a lot of
love online tonight. Listening from Alberta tonight, Bevy Hunt is great interview, great job.
Wow. Well, thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Guys, that's really good.
Thanks.
When the young will be strong like an eagle.
That's my daughter, the one is the Juno. Get her on here next time. So yeah, she's a really good singer. She's a great singer, great voice.
Yeah, we will definitely make the connection. We would absolutely love to have her on.
Oh, right. And she has the Juno.
I wish I was going to musically. Yeah, she has the Juno. Maybe she'll let us see the Juno, Kinsman.
That's right.
That's right.
But you know what, Lawrence and Vern, thank you so much. It was a big honor to have you both on the show, and,
a pleasure.
And your passion and the meaning behind your music is just tremendous, and all the success you've had so far is well deserved, and I'm sure there's more to come. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Have
a good evening.
Good fun. Watch it.
And bonjour.
We'll go out with the song. You can shut us down whenever you want. Watch it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
The Chichi Martin Band. What a treat. Lawrence Martin and Vern Cheechoo. Again, look them up online at the Chichi Martin Band. You can look under Lawrence Martin, Vern Cheechoo, and they've got tons of music online. Just an amazing treat tonight. And again, Juno Award winners on tonight's KINZ and KLOMP Live. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
those two just tremendous storytellers, tremendous history, extremely well spoken, professional, talented leaders in their community. I just can't say enough. I'd love to have them on every week, and it looks like we're going to get another member of the family on. I wish I was born in a musical family,
right? Yeah, I can't even do spoons on the knee properly. Maybe the recorder. I think we all took recorder class back in public school, but did we take it any further? No.
So they are, that was a tremendous honor to have them both on. And I'd like to thank my neighbor Irene, who linked us up to both Lawrence and Vern, so making that connection. So thank you, Irene. And awesome show. Okay, so you and I, we're not done yet. We have
we still have the good vibe winner for this week, our 5th of 8. So our 5th, we got three to go here. So we need the ballot drum.
You want me to play here? Let me at least play a second of the video.
Why don't you play that while I'm shaking the ballot drum here?
There you go. Very dramatic, like also. So before you pick it, if folks don't know what Good Vibes is, if you go to our page and if you see the post that says Good Vibes brought to you by our friend Sebastian Vermette at the Cooperators, you nominate someone who's done a good deed, big or small, long as it's a good gesture, and they get into the draw to win a $50 gift certificate courtesy of Downtown Timmins BIA. Up to you now, Kinsman.
You ready to go? Here is the ballot for this week. Again, our 5th of 8. Once again, Sebastian Vermette, the Cooperators Timmins. Yes. Just amazing giver giving back to this community and this city. And this is just a great contest. And here we are with another $50 winner from the Downtown Timmins BIA. This is nominated by a Linda McLeod for a Barb Burkett.
Oh, Barb.
Yes, Barb is a winner tonight. I'm going to read you what Linda nominated here. She says, I nominate Barb Burkett, who has always helped others in times of need. Since the start of this pandemic, she has made sure that I and others got our groceries so we didn't have to expose ourselves unnecessarily. She continues to do this till to this very day. She has a heart of gold and never expects anything in return, always ready to lend a hand to anyone, anytime. She wanted to nominate Barb Burkett, Linda McLeod for Barb for the good vibe. So
yes,
an amazing win tonight.
And Barb is always helping us out by watching the show, commenting. She's amazing. We love Barb. So there we go. So that's what it is about. People like Barb who are out there helping folks. And she was nominated justifiably so. So Barb, I will reach out to you.
We're going to reach out and get in touch. Yes.
Yeah. Get that $50 gift certificate. So there's Barb right there. Thank you so much.
Here you go. Congratulations, Barb.
Yeah. And
another amazing show tonight. There's Sarah Migwich, guys. Oh, Migwich, Sarah. Great show. Migwich. We're learning all the new tongues tonight. I love it.
Yeah.
Gosh, a great show, Migwich.
Yeah, that was awesome. And there's my neighbor, Irene. You know, Irene, she's smart, Kinsman. She's not a Leafs fan. She's a Bruins fan, a winner, okay? So maybe you could
I think no matter who wins the North is going to get steamrolled by the Southern teams.
Yeah,
the U.S. teams are they can fight, they can skate, they can shoot, they can. They've got the punch there.
You Leaf fans are in for big trouble. All right, so well-deserved rest. That was an awesome show, Mr. Kinsman. Just remember, if we have Father's Day coming up, so the last thing I wanted to mention is that
deserving dad.
Yeah, courtesy of Albert's, there is a prize for one deserving dad. Now we're finding out there's 1 million deserving dads in Timmins.
There's so
hundreds and hundreds of applicants. So every Saturday, starting yesterday, we're drawing 5 nominees. Now watch my math, Kinsman. 5 nominees for 4 weeks. Watch this. For a total of 20 people. You're pretty impressed, right?
Yes.
20 people go into the grand prize draw. Now, if you're one of the 20 qualifiers, you will receive a $20 gift card from Albert's on top of that. So the post is pinned to our page. So if you know a deserving dad, if you are a deserving dad, let us know. Now, Kinsman always, like I said yesterday at Albert's, you told me you were the number one dad. Now I find 1,000 more number one dads. So I'm confused who's number one. They all are, right?
There's a lot of number ones out there. But you nominate those deserving dads. And again, you can be the next 5 qualifiers and winners this coming Saturday. And of course, the grand prize is the $275 outdoors package from Albert Sports and Workwear. So get yourself in to win. And again, $20 just for being a qualifier. You get to go and shop at Albert's, and $20 on us for you. So there you go. And there's Janice says every dad is number one.
And then all the single dads are number one. So once again, I'm confused with the number one category. I have no clarity, but you're always number one in my heart, Kins.
Right on. And we've got a great show coming up on Tuesday. Just wanted to let you in on one of our guests, the lovely lady who drives around the city, Brain Freeze. Anybody stop and get a treat from Julia?
Interesting.
Well, here in the city, Brain Freeze. She'll be on our show on Tuesday night.
I wonder if she'll let us drive around that cart for a day.
I don't know, but she was in Melrose the other day, and we were trying to keep up with her. And my little guy, she's got quite the following. People lined up on the streets. It's amazing to see where Julia drives. People hear the ding, and it brings you to the curb with a few bucks, and you stop to get yourself an ice cream.
In my day, we called that the Dickie D man. Things have changed since then, but yeah, it was the Dickie D, and they had like the sticker on it. But it looks like the same sort of setup, but it's Brain Freeze.
Same setup. Obviously, the Brain Freeze logo, but he still has some of the similar treats. So we'll get to. We'll go behind the lady behind the bike and the fridge, the refrigerator bike.
Once again, when you say treats, I'm thinking of my grandma now. Once again, would you like it? Do you tell that kid treats?
Ice cream treats.
Sounds old. No,
I don't know. How about ice cream goodies?
We're getting worse, I think.
There you go. We'll chat with Julia on Tuesday. And get the insight behind one of the coolest new businesses in the city.
Yes, that's
Janice. There's no base. What is that? It doesn't have a baseball mitt one. Yeah, I remember that as a kid. That was on the Dickie D bike, the baseball mitt with the thumb ball in the middle.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Kinsman, you've done a good job tonight, so I'm going to release you from your duties.
You're releasing. Well, we're both being released from the duties. Now let's do this for fun here. I know you're a Sens fan, but tomorrow, who do you think's going to get the game tomorrow night?
Oh, this easy. 9-1 Montreal. Leafs fans crumble.
You think Toronto's going to lose 3 in a row and bow out of the series here?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
All right, I'm going to predict Toronto will come back and beat the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow.
You're just trying to make all the Leaf fans in Timmins, which there's a lot angry at me, and they're already angry at me.
Are they? It's going to be a good series regardless. I always say if you can't knock off a team in game 5 and 6 when you had the chance, now that it's a game 7, anybody can win it. So good luck to Toronto and Montreal. I'm hoping the Leafs do it, but one of them is going to get the job done tomorrow night.
I didn't know Benji was a Leafs fan. Him too? Benji, look at that. I thought he was a Sens fan. I thought he had more sense. I thought he was like me. All right. I know there's lots of Leaf fans, so I'm hoping you guys win tomorrow night.
All right. Well, I'm hoping to because, it's been since 94. This is the first time since 94 that, 2 Canadian teams have met in a game 7 final in a series.
Like we say in Ottawa, there's always next year.
And that's what we say in Toronto too.
All right. Good night.